Okay guys, now we have reading passage 3, the biggest elephant. Right? Part 1, passage 1 is baby elephant. Right? Baby means actual baby, small elephant. Okay, yeah. And part 2 is medium sized elephant. And now we have the largest elephant, artificial artist. And by the way, part 3 can be easier if there are more type A questions in that. Right? Artificial artists, painting, calligraphy, drawing and all that. Artificial artists mean they use some artificial intelligence to make paintings, drawings and all that. Let's go on. Can computers really create works of art? They will talk about computers creating some paintings and drawings and sceneries and all that. So the whole passage is going to be about that. Now just switch on your imagination. Think about computers creating some paintings and all that, okay? Now, we come to questions. Questions 27 to 31, multiple choice options, right? So the best way is if there are 5 questions, all A means 1 correct answer. All B's mean 1 correct answer. All C's mean 2 correct answers. And all D means just 1 correct answer. So never do that. If you do it like this, your answers are going to be... And don't do it first one, I think A. Second one, I think B. Why B? Because first one is A. Right? And third one is C. Never do it like this. Okay? If the time is running out, half minute, 1 minute left, then all A. But try to find something in the middle. All B's and all that. But don't use it. It's only in case of emergency. Okay. Next questions. 32 to 37. Matching. Sentence completion. Complete each sentence with the correct ending A to G. And luckily questions and answers are in order. We call it sentence completion with a box. Whenever we have sentence completion with the box, questions and answers in the passage, they are in order. And the last questions, your favorite ones, 38 to 40, yes, no, not given. And the most common mistake that students do with yes, no, not given, they write true, false, not given. And then they lose marks for that. For yes, no, if you write true, false, you are going to lose marks there, right? So for yes, no. For true, false, you got to write true, false. Now, where should we start? Anywhere. But if I think about you guys should start from 38 to 40 because you are likely to find these answers in 1 or 2 paragraphs together. Then you can do 32 to 37. And finally, you can come to this multiple choice. But I will start with multiple choice because I'm playing at pro level. just kidding. Yeah, some reading tests are confusing for me also, mind-boggling for me also. Because I'm a non-native speaker of English, so this is true. I acknowledge this thing. Okay, in multiple choice questions, we call them type A questions. Questions and answers are in order. Now remember one thing. In the passage, there is one sentence which is going to match with one of these options. You don't have to read a lot. In IELTS reading, for list of headings, you have to read 3, 4, 5 sentences. But otherwise, there is always one sentence which is going to give you the answer. Now, locating that sentence and fetching the answer from that sentence, that needs a lot of practice, right? So, question number 27. What is the writer suggesting about computer-produced works in first paragraph? Sometimes they become very dayalu. You know dayalu? Yeah, exactly. They tell us first paragraph. It could be better if they say first paragraph, second line. Okay? It could be easier for us. First paragraph, second line. So what is the writer suggesting? Now we go to first paragraph and we are going to see what is the suggestion of the writer. And the writer will not use the word I suggest, in my suggestion, as per my suggestion. No, the writer is going to give that suggestion itself. So what is the writer suggesting about computer produced works in the first paragraph? Please come to first paragraph. The painting fool is one of a growing number of computer programs which, so their makers claim, possess creative talents. Classical music by an artificial composer has had audience enraptured and even tricked them into believing a human was behind the score. So what is he saying? He's telling us there is this painting fool, and it is a computer software that creates painting, and they have done the same thing with music, right? Where computer actually made the music and they played the music in front of people and told them it was made by people. Artwork painted by robot have sold for thousands of dollars and being hung in prestigious galleries. Now, this painting has been made by robots, so it is there. They've got piece of music, they've got paintings and all that. And software has been built. Now, please come back. Over here, elimination is the best way. Out of 4 options, you read 2 options and you realize not at all. You read 2 options and then you say maybe. So for maybe, you need to stop. Option A. People's acceptance of them can vary considerably. They talked about this, that it is hung in the gallery and all that, but people acceptance vary. There is no mention of that. So A is not the answer. For the time being, let's leave B, come to C. They have had more success in some artistic genres than in other. Have they given any comparison that in music they have more success than in painting? So comparison has not been given. That is why C is not the right answer. Option D, advances are not as significant as the public believes them to be. Advances means the progress is not as significant as public believes them to be. Yes or no? No. Now come to option B. A great deal of progress has already been attained in this field. Now what is that great deal of progress? A painting made by robot has been hung in a gallery. Music has been composed. Now they make paintings. So great deal of progress has already been done. So what is that? Classical music, that is one thing. Then they talk about painting by a robot sold for thousands of dollars. That is second thing, right? So correct answer for question number 27 is B, great deal of progress. And what is that progress? Robot made a painting and sold for thousands of dollars. Something like that. Now let's go on. Abhi sanata chhana shuru ho gaya. According to Geraint Wiggins, when the names are like this, you can read them anyway, there is no problem. According to Geraint Wiggins, why are many people worried by computer art? Now first we find Geraint Wiggins and then we find the reason why are many people worried by computer art. I said questions and answers are in order, so second paragraph, we've got this third line. Let's read it from third line. Because this is inverted commas. This is a question at the very core of humanity, says Geraint Wiggins, a computational creative researcher at Goldsmiths, University of London. It scares a lot of people. They are worried that it is taking something special away from what it means to be a human. Human make paintings, human create music, human actually make designs and all that. So what is it that he's saying? They are worried. Who are worried? People are worried that it is taking something special away from what it means to be human. Now please come. Listen, what it means to be human means the basic human quality. Come back. Option A, it is aesthetically inferior to human art. Comparison is not given. Option B, it may ultimately supersede human art. No. Option C, it undermines a fundamental human quality. Now, what is fundamental human quality? For that, they use the word, they are worried that it is taking something special away from what it means to be human. So, that fundamental human quality, answer is C. Got it? Good. Question number 29. What is a key difference? Underline key difference. What is a key difference between Aaron and Painting Fool? Now there are two softwares, Aaron and Painting Fool. What is the key difference between these two softwares? Okay, you need to come to third paragraph and there you find Aaron. Right? Exactly. And then because it's about painting fool, in the next paragraph there is painting fool. So now you have to read two things and then you got to see what is the key difference. I'm reading Aaron. Please follow me. Third paragraph, third last line. Aaron can pick up a paintbrush and paint on canvas on its own. Means automatic. Got it? It'll pick up the paintbrush and it'll start doing automatic. Impresses perhaps, but it is still little more than a tool to realize the programmer's own creative ideas. Now come to second one. Okay, they talk about painting fool. Simon Colton, the designer of painting fool, is keen to make sure his creation doesn't attract the same criticism. Unlike earlier artists such as Aaron, the painting fool only needs minimal direction and can come up with its own concepts by going online for material. So, come back. A, its programmer's background. No, not at all. Option B, public response to its work. Not mentioned yet. Not mentioned yet. Option D for doctor. Come to D. Technical standard of its output. No. Option C, source of its subject matter. Now please come back. Source of its subject matter. Now they said Arson can pick up a paintbrush and paint on canvas on its own. One thing. And then they say the painting fool only needs minimal direction and can come up with its own concept. So what is that with its own concept? That is actually the source of its subject matter, and this is the difference. One can do on its own and second can pick it up. Okay, actually, right now you're doing multiple tasks. You are listening to me, you're reading, you're solving the test. There's a lot of interruption. I'm speaking loudly. Sometimes you try to read and I'm talking at the same time. But when you're going to do this test alone at home, you will understand most of these things, right? So don't worry about it. Let's go on. Question number 30. What point does Simon Colton make in the fourth paragraph? So for point, they usually use the word Simon Colton argues. He says and all that. What point does Simon Colton make in the fourth paragraph? Please come to fourth paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see Colton argues? Yeah. Which line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seventh line. Seventh line. All right. It's just like the same thing कि बैंड बाजे वाला बाजा बजा रहा है, आप उसके सामने इमली खा रहे हैं. Colton argues that such reactions arise from people's double standards toward software produced and human produced art. What does he argue? People's double standards towards software produced and human produced art. Software produced means by computer, by robot, and human produced means made by human. After all, he says, consider that the painting fool painted and all that. Anyways, let's come back. A, software, I'm reading A. Question number 30. Software produced art is often dismissed as childish and simplistic. Not at all. B, same concepts of creativity should not be applied to all forms of art. No. Let me tell you, this elimination is the best way to deal with multiple choice. Sometimes if you strongly eliminate 3 choices and you don't even know 4th one is the right answer, that will be the right answer. So if you eliminate successfully, wisely, you will be left with the right answer. C, it is unreasonable to expect a machine to be as imaginative as a human being. No, not mentioned. Imagination and all that. Option D. People tend to judge computer art and human art according to different. And what is that different criteria? Double standards. Excellent. D will be the right answer. See that answers are coming systematically. And elimination. Elimination means wrong one out. Means आप बाहर चले जाएं, आप बाहर चले जाएं, आप आ जाएं. Okay? बैठा रहा है, बाहर नहीं जाना. The writer, question number 31. The writer refers to the paintings of a chair. Clue word? चेयर. राइटर रेप पहले पूरा पढ़ तो नहीं है क्या? चेयर, अच्छा चलो चेयर किधर लिखा हो, क्वेश्चन तो पढ़ो क्या है. The writer refers to the paintings of a chair as an example of computer art which, so chair is the example of computer art which, let's go back. Exactly. Fourth last line. Let's make it 1, 2, 3, fourth last line. And some of the painting fools. Found it? Everyone? Okay. Some of the painting fools' paintings of a chair came out in black and white thanks to a technical glitch. Now what happened? Some paintings were black and white and there was a technical glitch. Glitch means fault, technical fault and all that. This gives the work an eerie, ghost-like quality. Human artists like the renowned Ellsworth Kelly are lauded for limiting their color palette. Now they use limited colors, limiting their color palette, but what did the computer do? It made the painting black and white and it gave a ghost-like look and all that. So why should computers be any different? Let's come back. If you're still unclear, read this again. Some of the fool's paintings of a chair came out in black and white thanks to technical glitch. This gives the work an airy, ghost-like quality. Human artists like the renowned Ellsworth Kelly are lauded for limiting their color palette. So why should computers be any different? They should do that as well. Okay, question number 31. The writer refers to the painting of a chair as an example of computer art which A. Achieves a particularly striking effect. Okay, option B. Exhibits a certain level of genuine artistic skill. Option C. Closely resembles that of a well-known artist. No. Option D. Highlights the technical limitations of the software. No. It doesn't highlight. Let's go back again. B is exhibits a certain level of genuine artistic skill. No. Come back. Let's read again. Let's read again. Okay, let's read this one again and then we decide. Some of the fool's paintings of a chair came out in black and white thanks to technical glitch. This gives the work an airy, ghost-like quality. Human artists like the renowned Ellsworth Kelly are lauded for limiting their color palette. Why should computers be any different? Correct answer is A. Achieves a particularly striking effect. I tell you why. Achieves a particularly striking effect. Now come back. What is that particularly striking effect? That is limiting their color palette. Limiting their color palette. So actually they say human artists like Ellsworth Kelly are lauded for limiting their color palette. They are lauded. What does it mean? Appreciated. They are appreciated for limiting their color palette. So why should computers be any different? When computer, because of a technical glitch, made the painting of a chair differently. So they said why computers should not do it when humans are doing that. So this thing, focus, limiting their color palette. Color palette is, the palette they are holding. A palette they are holding full of colors and all that. Okay. So for that they said achieves a particularly striking effect. And what is that striking effect over here? Airy, ghost-like quality. And how did they achieve? Limiting their color palette. Certain option exhibits a certain level of not genuine artistic skill. No. All right.